Let's talk about Cardano, the positives. Integrated with Bitcoin, one of the top layer ones. This thing's transactional value is increasing, development's increasing, prices going down, prices going down, prices going down. So this thing's been a difficult one, but I'll tell you something, the Cardano community are one of the strongest ones out there. They've got conviction because they can see the tech in front of them. They've got the belief. So we talked about in the last video what needed to happen. We were in a bull flag. We needed to break above the 50% of the bull flag. Once we've broken the 50% of the bull flag, we can knock on the ceiling of that bull flag. We can break through, and then I've got projections based on Fibonacci, and then we're going to use extension tools to find out exactly where the sticking points are, if there's any confluence around them sticking points, and what that final barrier we need to break through before we can start pushing through to $2. The two things that we're going to be talking about, the two main levels in this video that we're going to be talking about is, of course, the 38.2% retracement of its 2021 high. That's been the barrier of this bear market that we haven't been able to overcome, and that's the $1.32 that I keep mentioning time and time again. So if we zoom out and we zoom out and we zoom out, this is what the bull market of 2021 looked like. That was euphoria for Cardano. Then we got slammed. Then we got slammed. We put a low in down here around about October 23. And then we went through an accumulation phase. This is a build phase. This is where people are buying. This is where people are selling. This is where people are accumulating to build their position and increase their position. Each time that it goes high, they'll sell a bit. Each time it goes low, they'll buy a bit. And that's how they accumulate their position over a long period of time, by keeping the price down and ensuring that they take advantage of the lows. So that's why you get the horrible phase for 2-3 years before you get a parabolic phase. So we started getting confidence around here. This was back in December 2024. And this is the first time that we tested the $1.32, which, if you see there, is the 38.2% retracement from its 2021 high. So this is the aim of the game in the short term for Cardano, to come back, to test the $1.32 and to break through. We're going to talk about that very shortly. Firstly, this bull flag. So we talked about the bull flag. When you're in the top of the bull flag, above the 50 line, that is bullish. When you're in the top half, what will happen is the RSI will be above 50, indicating bullish. So we know we're bullish. We know exactly what needs to happen in the short term. We need to come through and we need to take out 90 cents. Stick that on here, 90 cents. So we need to take out 90 cents in the short term, and we need to close. The candle needs to close above 90 cents. That's important. What do I mean by that? We can't get something that pushes up and then rejects back down into trend. That's not going to be valid. So that's what we're waiting for in the short term, 90 cents. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to use a trend-based fib extension from this previous swing low to this previous swing high, and then back down to its previous swing low. And we're looking for extension levels this time. So we're looking for extension levels. The two extensions that we're looking for is the 1272 extension and the 1618. So the 1272, if you look at this, guys, clues look left, clues look left. This is the barrier. This green box is the barrier that we haven't been able to break, that we haven't been able to overcome. Now, a 1272 extension of this swing to this swing, back down to this swing, puts you up here, the bottom of this box, nearly exactly $1.18. So that's projections for the next swing. You've got $1.18. If it does really well, $1.30 to the T. Can you see how these levels within the next swing could push us back up to the barrier that we haven't been able to break through? What happens when you break through $1.32? Now, this is where things get interesting. Remember, little resistance on the way down. No resistance on the way down. This thing went straight down in a straight line, in a straight line. What happens when you've got a lack of build-up of price action in these areas? It creates limited resistance, limited volume. You can see the volume's going down, the volume's going down, the volume's going down. The higher that you get up, the volume's going down because there is a limited amount of price action. So what does that mean? Once we break the $1.32, we have exactly the same acceleration to the upside. Where does the acceleration take us? It takes us to a psychological round number. It takes us to $2 exactly. It takes us to the 61.8% retracement from its previous swing. That, my friends, is why $1.32 is the most important level for Cardano this bull market. If you did enjoy this video, let me know in the comments what you want me to cover next. Take care of yourself and bye from me.